Shalom. I'd like to start off by saying, Kol Haloyim La, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakudash, double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS, and shalom to the elect. It's Brother Shamuala, and I'm going to give you a quick lesson. I was just, the spirit been on me, because it's like the scriptures is speaking, man. We in them times, man, and brothers always say, if to people that's just coming into the truth, it seems like we always just saying that we in them times. But now we know that, listen, man, this Israel talk is heavy, man. So that's how we know that we at the end, man. So I was going through I was just going through, the feed or whatever, and it just seems like that's all that's been coming up, and I seen this picture, and it just that's what's basically going to be the inspiration of the video or the lesson. It says, choose the world, Salakia, choose the word over the world, right? Because we're in those times where now there's going to be that division that the scriptures speak of, man, where you're going to have to, well, whoever you standing with is going to show. It's not just about words anymore. It's going to be about what you really stand for, man, what you really standing on. Either you're going to try to wiggle your way through this thing and try to be cool with the world and try to just go about the day-to-day and pray and hope, well, not even pray, but just hope that these that it doesn't come, that these things don't come to pass, man. But ultimately that's going against the Lord. So the first scripture is James 4:4. And I'll read it in both, because that NLT, man, it cuts sometimes, goes straight to the point. Sometimes they be off, but sometimes they just be, it gives it to you in plain terms. But I'll read the KJV first. It says, ye adulterers and adulteress, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. And then you read in NLT, it says, you adulterers, do you realize that friendship with the world makes you an enemy of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah? I say it again, if you want to be a friend of the world, you make yourself an enemy of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. And yeah, man, plain and simple, man. It's plain and simple, man. If you trying to be a friend of the world, man, you basically an enemy of the Lord, man. And we know what's going to happen. That the Lord is going to come out on top, man, because he created this thing, man. He created the world. He's the creator. So it's like, if you trying to go against, man, you be a fool, man. You be a fool, now. And I'm going to entitle this video, The Stage is Set. I think that's what I'm going to entitle it, because it's here, man. The stage is set. Everything is in motion, man. The charagma is already, I'm saying, they already got that infrastructure. That's already there. The rumors of wars, that's already there. Now, the talk of, basically us being Israelites, us being called Israel in a land where we wasn't called Israel, when we was called niggas, that's there, man. When the gospel being pushed across the nations, that's there, man. They know who we are, the persecution. I was watching the persecution is what's coming next, in a major way. Right now, those cats, well, I don't, it's to be seen what they are, who they are, when I'm speaking of Kyrie and Kanye, right? But ultimately, right, what they're receiving backlash or persecution. They losing deals. They heavy. The Kyrie Irving, he got suspended from the team without pay, right? Then on top of that, what happens? Then Nike, they parked him. They stopped it. He had a shoe that was about to drop. They stopped that. Their partnership, so-called, with them is suspended, right? Now, that's because what? Now we know that when you speak, and that just shows Jake. That should show Jake that, listen, man, anything that this damn devil gives you, man, this cracker gives you, anything that Amalek gives you, man, it comes with strings attached. And I don't want to beat a dead horse, but it is what it is. You keep going into it, right? Because that's what's going to get Jake to. They listen anyway when you speak about these celebrities, right? But With the Kyrie Irving thing, I was looking further into it because that's all that's coming on my my YouTube at the time. Is that what they said? Yeah, he didn't apologize the way. Basically, he didn't apologize the way they wanted him to apologize. He didn't say the words they wanted him to say, which means what? You're not going with the program. You're not following protocol. You're not doing what we say. You're not being a puppet. Because with that money, they say a gift destroyeth the heart, man. But with that money, you have certain obligations, certain allegiances that you got to make. And the minute you go against that and you don't appease them or do what you got to do, it's going to be hell to pay, man. And that's what's going on right now. They dubbing these guys contracts, man. And Jake, man, you play with their bread, man. That's the beginning of some heavy sorrows, man. But these guys made enough money to where they should be able to walk away. But who knows? Who knows, man? Who knows what these guys were doing with their bread, or if they even was managing it right? Because money is a defense, right? Ultimately, and a defense for what? For now, when these times come, these guys are supposed to be in position to where they could just walk away. You know what? Like a guy like Kyrie Irving, he made $100 million plus. What's his name? Yeah, you made $1 billion. You lost a lot of bread, but you over $100 million. Y'all should be able to walk away with your balls, man. In your dignity and your integrity, man. You shouldn't be bending over. At the end of the day, you could see that these damn gutter rats is in control, and ultimately they want you to just push a message of being a slave, of still worshiping the dollar, which ultimately they control. So if you worshiping the dollar, then you basically worshiping them. So you're supposed to be coming out of that, man. You're supposed to have your shit set, man, to be coming out of that. Let me get another one. That's Micah. Hey. And I'm going to just flow in the spirit because it's like, yo, man, the spirit is just heavy. Micah 2:10. It says, arise ye and depart. Arise, wake up. Wake up and get up out of this spiritually. Get up out of this world, man. Babylon. It says, for this is not your rest. Right, this is not our rest. We're not supposed to be coming here looking for paradise. When you go into the scriptures, you understand why the things that are happening. Because a part of saying that you're an Israelite is also understanding why you in the position you in. Because we went off. Because we basically broke the law, statutes, and commandments. That's why we're in the position we're in as a punishment for a time being, and now we know we're coming out of that. It says because it is polluted. Right, this place is polluted with all of the damn wicked shit that's going on from all of the agendas that's being pushed, from Planned Parenthood to feminism to the homosexuality, the trans community, all of those things, man. You not being able to speak up against, you quote unquote, it's supposed to be freedom of speech, but you can't speak up against Amalek, right? Which is I don't want to say the word because which is the fake J word. You know what I'm saying? So you can't speak up against them, right? In any way. But these damn devils own the music industry, and all you hear in music is what? It's kill Jake. The Judite woman, the Israelite woman, be a slut. Show your body. That's anti, you know what I'm saying? That's really what that is, but they could do that and we can't say nothing about it. We can't condemn them for all of the shit that they do, but the minute you even have an opposing opinion about anything going on with them, you're done. There's a quote in the world, and River's been bringing it out lately. It's that if you want to know who runs the world, and it's paraphrasing it, then it says what? See who you can't talk about. So they could say whatever they want, and it don't matter. They could get behind any movement they want, and it don't matter. But the minute you speak on them, it's all hell to pay. They coming out full force, So again, it says, arise ye and depart, for it. This is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction. And yeah, it will destroy you, because either you're going to get taken out of the spirit, or the Lord is going to take you out when he takes out this place too, man. Either with them nukes, or before that during Jacob's trouble, with the plethora of shit that's going to go down for 2/3 of our people, as well as these other nations too. So you don't want to get caught up in that, man. So now is the time, right? Let's get another script. This is Revelations 12:12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is coming down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Right? So this devil is going to be he's going harder, right? He's showing his fangs more, so to speak. He's showing, and they're basically, right? So there's this movement that's trying to, these small hats are trying to denounce their power. They're trying to basically give up the illusion that they're not in control of certain things, right? But at the same time, they're saying that they're showing their control by showing you that when you say something, we coming down and we could cancel you and we could have your own, because it's witchcraft, and in this place as well. So they got our people in the trance that once they quote unquote cancel you, the whole world is against you and they speak against you. Ultimately why Jake can't get further in this world, because the minute, by design through the Lord, the Heavenly Father, but ultimately if Jake don't get behind nothing, they, you know what I'm saying, these people, these men is millionaires, and they speaking up against this world, and they're basically telling Jake that you somebody. You come from a lineage of kings, and that's a problem. That's a problem. The Jake woman don't want to hear that. Or they hate speech. That's what they call it, hate speech. But what is rap? Rap is hate speech. And who runs that? We know who runs that. We know that Jake is just the puppets of it, but the people that run it are the same people that ultimately want you dead. Right? So it says, Salaki, I read it again, Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Woe, destruction. It says, for the devil is coming down onto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Right? And then ultimately Jake saying that we Israelite, the 12 tribes of Israel. That type of energy is letting Amalek know that he has but a short time. The blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Hebrews that are spoken about in the Bible. That is gonna have Amalek up in uproar, because he's like, hold on, whoa, because now what that means is what? If they are, then who isn't? Then that means that now we're gonna start calling out the imposters, and it's just that vibration alone lets them know that they have but a short time, And one of the brothers that be out there pushing, he did a video, and a so-called small hat came up to them and said, Amalek is gonna come for you, or Amalek is coming for you, and he ran off, man. And that right there that's nuts, man. They not only are they saying that they know who they are, they know what this thing is about, man. Of course they're gonna die with the lie. They're gonna continue to push that they this, they that, and they're gonna come out, and push that energy. They just had all of these small hats at the game, at one of the, I think it was a Nets game or something, and they all had those shirts, fight anti-Semitism, So this is a thing right now, man. But ultimately, it's playing into the hands of the Lord, into the will of the Lord, right? Because, well, let me get that, and then I'll end it. It's Proverbs. This is Proverbs. Slakia. Proverbs 21:1, it says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and as the rivers of water, he turneth it whichsoever he will. Right? And the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord, right? Because he's basically making this devil do these things, man. He's putting in the spirit of Amalek to allow this to even go out, man. Because if Amalek was in his own right mind, he would say, you know what? Let's park this whole situation. Let's not even bring it up no more. Why? Because the more that the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, the more of the energy and the spirit of 12 tribes of Israel is going out into the world, more Jake is going to wake up. The elect is going to be closer to being sealed. So if Amalek was in his right mind, he would try to he would try to put this fire out. He wouldn't continue to double down on it, but his pride is what's making him do it, and ultimately the Lord, right? Because his pride is to be like, all right, we gonna make an example out of these Jake right here. They talking against us. So instead of us putting that fire out for the bigger cause, which would be like, listen, we don't want Jake to wake up. Because, the scriptures say, they basically took counsel and like to keep us from being a nation, paraphrasing it. Instead of them doing that, what they're doing is playing into the hand of the Lord, and which is waking up Jake, man, because now that energy is out there, the topic is up, the topic is out there. There were people that never even heard of Israelite. They never even knew what that was. Now they know. Now Jake know what that is. Like, now Jake is looking that up. If you that's trending. When you go on YouTube or when you go on the Google, like, you could just put in like half a word and it's gonna come up. So we know that. So again, I read it again. Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart, which is his mind, is in the hand of the Lord. Now the king of this world, we know in Job, it says what? The world was given into the hands of the wicked. So the wicked, starting with these elites that run the media and run the world and run the banking systems, the elite of Amalek, it says the king, his mind is in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. And the Lord is making him make these plays. It's like basically chess. And the Lord is playing on both sides. He's controlling, the righteous, and he's controlling the wicked. So the Amalek is just doing what the Lord wants him to do, ultimately to show the Lord's power, man. So yeah, man, we in beautiful times and the stage is set, man. So now will be the time to wake out of sleep, man. Now will be the time to not try to be friends with this world, man. Not try to double down and get more in tune with the world, but to really get out of this world, man. To not get caught up and be trying to be a quote unquote success or celebrity, but to get right with the Lord and get, get under, just get in line, man, and be patient and let the Lord work. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm at camp right now, but with that, I want to say Kol Haloyim La, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Till next time, Shalom.